Happy New Year, and welcome to one of my famous last minute videos. It is Friday afternoon. I'm a little late to the party. I have no reason not to film this week since I took a week off last week. Yeah, I'm still sorting my Christmas crap. Thanks, Mom. I decided to do something different and review an episode that I hadn't seen in a very long time and barely remembered. I barely remember this at all. So the one I chose was Monkees a la Carte, and I vaguely remembered the romp, and I vaguely remembered the bit at the very beginning where they're all eating from the same gigantic sandwich. But other than that, nothing was coming back to me. A little bit was kind of coming back as I was watching it, but barely anything. Also, the title is Monkees a la Carte, not to be confused with Monkees a la Mode, which is actually what I typed in when I went to search for this episode. So, not sure why they did that. Overall, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't that great, and it wasn't bad. It was just kind of alright, up until the end, which I kind of hated, but we'll get to that. Let's start with comments. I already mentioned that I barely remembered this one. I thought it was weird that the boys meet actual gangsters. Gangsters would do that sort of thing, like extortion, trying to take over as many businesses as they can in an area to gain control, working with other people in different areas. Anyways, I liked how the boys, they had a job at the restaurant and they were working, because most of the episodes it's just them trying to find work, and it's how do you exist in this gorgeous apartment right on the water? How? I know nothing about this show is meant for you to think too deeply into it, but it's just how? They were trying so hard, and I really liked that. In the romp, the slow motion shots were really weird, mostly because there were slow motion shots in between really fast paced shots. Everything about romps are normally very fast paced, but it was just weird. I don't necessarily think it's bad or good. It was just, it stood out to me. It was there's something wrong here. I'm not sure why they thought working for the restaurant was gonna do anything about the gangster dude, because, spoiler alert, in the very beginning of the episode, there's this kind old dude that owns the restaurant, and these gangsters basically take it over, and the guys are well, we have to do something, we have to get it back for him. So they decide to work for the mobsters. It just reminded me so much of literally every other episode. They do something. Oh no, bad guys. Let's try and work with the authorities and bust these guys. They should have been secret agents or something. Seriously. Monkey Chow Mein was like this. Every spy episode was like this. This episode is like this. Swear to God, season 1, it's the same episode but with different themes and different jokes. I enjoy the episodes, but oh my God, they're the same. Mistaking Peter for a gangster is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in an episode. It might not be the dumbest thing, but it was very dumb. And then they used the same song twice. They did the Stepping Stone romp, and then at the very end, well, not the very, very end, but at the end part that I didn't like, they got mistaken for this Purple Flower Gang, and it cut to all these random clips that had been used before. It'd be okay if they were outtakes, but they were clips that had been used in other episodes. Stepping Stone was playing again, and I'm just is it just the particular one that I'm watching? I know some, the episodes in the DVDs might differ from the episodes uploaded to YouTube, which I normally watch for my reviews because I'm lazy. Sometimes there'll be different songs in there, but I don't think so. I just think it was weird and lazy. And the end romp was just clearly filler. The end made me so mad. they had this episode and then it ran its course, and it was clearly like a few minutes short. So they intercut the same song that they used for Romp before with clips that they had already used in other episodes before, and then they very quickly cut to the old man being like, oh, thank you guys, play a song for me. And then they use footage from something else where they're performing She, like there's not even the same backdrop, and they're in suits. Even during that part, which was, I wasn't offended by it, but they also just used like stock footage in between like clips of the guys, and it's like, that is the laziest thing I've seen this show do. I was gonna give this episode like a 7 out of 10, because like I wasn't mad at it, and then that awful ending happened, and I was like, I'm bumping it down to a 6. It was very, very choppy. There were some fun bits. I didn't quite write down as many, mostly because a lot of the episode was filler, but the giant sandwich gag was pretty cute. When they were discussing what to do, they were kind of like doing like a mock courtroom thing, and Peter was like, the floor has nothing to say, and he's like listening to the floor, which was pretty adorable. He did the same for like the wall and the ceiling. But there was a part where the guys like walk into like the mobster's office or whatever. The mobsters like start freaking out because Mike's holding a guitar case, and the mobsters like take the guitar case from him and open it up, and he's like, there's a guitar in this guitar case. The romp, like I said earlier, was pretty cute. Here's another thing that I didn't like about this episode. Well, I thought it was adorable, but Michael and Davey started playing tic-tac-toe. They were like distracting the crime syndicate. Watch the episode, but they did like a tic-tac-toe thing on this map that they had up of the city, and then it just turned into them doing like 10 more rounds of tic-tac-toe, and like Davey trying to win and Michael beating him nearly every time, and Mickey is left to just deal with the whole chaos himself because Peter is at the police office. Oh, hi, Melody. Peter is at the police office being mistaken for a gangster. So the bad guys get into a shooting match, kill each other with no blood because kids show, and Mickey is just trying to reel in the chaos when he's in actual danger, and the others don't give a shit. Like, literally giving no shits. They're like under the table, gunfire going on above them. Mickey's like trying to calm everything down, and they're just like tic-tac-toe on the floor. Like, you idiots. It was kind of funny, but like, oh my god, could you be any worse friends than that? That was the end. That's all that I wrote. Like, literally the rest of it, what I wrote is just what I just described. It was a crazy episode, people. Yikes. I think the reason why I didn't remember this episode very much is because nothing about it stands out. It's very incredibly formulaic. And that's why I didn't think it was bad. Fuck, I think this should just be a 5 out of 10. Like, it's not that good. Like, nothing really stands out like other episodes. Other episodes had some really iconic gags. They had some really fun moments. And this one was okay, but it brought absolutely nothing new to the table. There was nothing memorable about it. Anyways, that's pretty much all for today. I'm done ranting, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.